Hello, 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 hello to all of our beautiful listeners.
How's everything? I'm
Oh,
sure all of you
everything.
are doing well everywhere right
Yes,
now,
uh,
all at
we are
once.
we are all doing amazing. Um, in in different realities and different within our different given situations, and we are making the best out of it. My name is Wilson, and what is your name?
Ballet.
I don't know why in my head I was thinking of the name Ballet, the movie that we reviewed a while ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Um, I don't really
Oh,
want to
I
talk
wish
about
I
that one
had a
again.
voice like her. Okay, sure.
No, no, no. Well, that'd be great, but since you don't, so yeah.
Well,
Um,
maybe in an alternate universe, maybe I'm one of the voice actor for Ballet, or maybe I'm Ballet herself.
you know what, right? Actually, I kind of wish this episode we would have some sort of guest coming in, so we kind of
Oh
have
yeah,
a little bit of a different point of view or different reaction.
yeah.
As
Because the movie's so good. I want to talk about it all night long.
so the movie that we have just recently watched, I think one of us have watched it like yesterday, literally, and
Mhm.
then yeah, I'm actually not really feeling very well, but I'm feeling much a little bit better now because I ate some pho, and yeah. So the film that we are talking about is Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is
Um,
I believe this movie is supposed to come out last year, but just like any other movies in these days, it got delayed. So hooray to that! But yeah, hey, but okay, okay. Look, you know what? I think that's somewhat for the better because I think if this came out like I think last year, then I think some situations will actually change the way the movie will turn out, I believe. But I'm thankful that this film came out the way it is today. And you know what? This this film, yeah. I think I remember after I saw it, I went to Letterboxd directly, and I immediately um like took a bunch of screenshots. So I took a screenshot of me
oh yeah, I saw that.
rating 5 stars on the letterbox, giving it a like, and then sharing on to Instagram, and I share another photo from letterbox too, saying how much I love it, and then after that I wrote some nonsense philosophical quote that actually does concern some people. So I have to I have to tell them like, oh, don't worry, I'm fine.
Do we need to
I
put you on the
just
watch?
I just I just it's amazing that a movie like this can actually make me want to do that because I don't usually do that at all. Well, sometimes if the movie actually really does inspire me to a certain extent, which is rare. So bravo, bravo to the director and writers. For some reason they call themselves the Daniels. I think there's some sort of inside joke that they just came up with, and then
Yeah, because both of them start have their name Daniel. That's their first name.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of funny because it's also produced by the Russo brothers who also made the blockbuster Marvel films like Avengers: Infinity War, Civil War, Endgame, and all
Who
this.
produced Who produced
Yeah,
Multiverse of Madness, by the way?
I for sure it's Kevin. I mean, Kevin Feige is definitely for sure. That's definite because he has been involved with Marvel since day one. But I think other people who also produced the film, I'm not sure. I don't think it's Sam Raimi. But I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't want to check it. I don't really give a crap anymore because
Yeah.
after I saw this film, it actually kind of proved me all wrong a little bit because I usually have I think I did mention about this before. I have a bit of a bit bitterness towards multiverse concepts because there are many ways that you can just fall flat because it's very tempting to bring in different characters from different properties, um and then just shove them into the film just because you want to please the fans, which I completely understand. But it also comes with the risk of you um you keep doing that and you keep fans happy. You give them all this dopamine. So what ended up happening at the end is the audience just keeps on getting all this dopamine high while they don't actually experience a original story or at least some sort of you know um a movie kind of experience that they don't usually get, which is in this case is which kind of be applied to this film that we're talking about today. I don't know. That's how I think. I'm not sure about you. What do you think, Billy
I mean,
Boy?
like, going on with your point, right? I don't
Yeah,
think this movie has any luxury of doing that multiverse concept and then going for the approach to bring in character that we know and love
correct,
because it's
correct.
a standalone movie. So to be honest with you, right, compared to Doctor Strange, this movie has even a higher bar that it needs to clear. But then it's just like
uh,
it didn't only jump over the bar; it just practically break the bar.
no, no, no. I think what happens is the bar. Okay, so there is a bar that they have to reach,
Which is
but then
definitely higher than Multiverse of Madness, I think.
but then for some reason, I think the way this film approaches it, so they know that there's a bar, but they don't actually break the bar. It's more of they um they go around the bar in circles again and again and again, and then they kind of play with the bar. They fiddle with the bar. They kind of uh
And put a
I don't-
butt plug to the bar.
yeah, yeah, to the bar. Just messing with the bar. Like,
Yeah.
that's how much they know that they're that good. Just because like I think
But
we're better than this. We're better than the standard. So might as well just make it
but
make
holy shit
make
though.
fun with it. Yeah.
Holy shit, like of all the movies that we've reviewed so far, right? In this very channel, I think this is the funniest. I've never laughed this hard before.
Really?
Yeah, wait, hang on. Did we review any comedy movie before? I don't think so. I mean, this is
Wait,
practically
let me check.
you fuck. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think we are because we've just
Yeah, you see, I have this thing called ADHD, so I have to go online and just to make sure that if we actually did review any comedy movies besides um
I mean,
did
technically,
we review Venom? No, right? No,
no,
we
we
don't.
didn't.
We didn't do that.
Uh,
Okay, thank God.
okay, do you consider a Neil Breen movie like a comedy?
Yes, yes. Okay, but obviously that's you coming in knowing it's bad, then you laugh at it. It's a bit different, you know.
Yeah,
You're laughing at the movie, not with the movie.
but
Okay.
holy crap, it's so good. But yeah, like I have to really compliment with their comedy writing because they really bring in all kind of different kind of comedy. You got like slapstick comedy, your effort, like it kind of feel I don't know how to write this, but basically like rapid fire comedy where it just like so many things happens at once and like characters talk
Yeah,
over
yeah.
on top of another. Yeah,
Re-
those kind of.
It reminds me of the way they write. Well, not the way they write. I don't think any of the Rick and Morty writers are involved with this. Like, could be wrong, but I don't think that's the case. It,
They
but it
definitely
is it is
involvement.
it's, but there is. I mean, there are huge inspirations definitely from Rick and Morty. For if you actually did notice, especially with the comedic timing, it's very rapid and they deliver so fast and then the banter just goes on for some time. But the thing is they don't give you the room to breathe to kind of process information. So so you just like get along with it, and then it's like, okay, all right, I guess that's funny. All right, and then
And
and then the thing is like they keep topping it off, and usually Uh, so after like the comedy that they wrote, they usually just top it up with some sort of slapstick joke or some sort of like out of place uh sequence, or in this case like action sequences. There's a lot.
And here's the thing, right? It's actually harken back to good old Jackie Chan movies where it
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
has good comedy within the
Mm,
action.
mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, like the fanny pack scene, like so funny. Basically, Wayman beating up a bunch of security guards using fanny pack. No,
Yes.
like for him to jump, like jump first before that, right? Sorry, first jumping, right? He had to eat a lip balm. Like, what the fuck?
Actually, I'm trying to think of the context of this crazy film. Like, why would he even do that? I mean, if you okay, so I'm trying to think. Okay, so let's say
Wait, they did explain it, right? They have to do something random to activate to
yeah,
connect to
yeah,
a
it's
certain
like
vehicle.
it's some sort of like a jump start or something. Even though
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be something random, or has to be something that's related to what they actually want to like take, if that makes
Honestly,
sense.
I have no idea because it seems that there's a bunch of operator telling Alpha Wayman what he needs to do to connect to
Mm.
a certain universe, right? But then after after Evelyn gets confronted with Alpha Kong Kong, man, that's still the funniest shit ever. Alpha Kong Kong.
Yeah, his name is Alpha Kong.
Yeah.
I
Oh yeah, but
forgot.
basically like yeah, after Alpha Kong Kong tell Evelyn that there should be no more Jobu Topaki, right? Evelyn
Yes,
decide
yes.
like maybe she'll try to be like one, like be like Jobu, and then basically like try to fracture her mind by doing all the random shit. So basically, I'm starting to wonder. She's just basically starting to do all random shit with no direction in hopes to get the right skill to solve the situation. So honestly, like if you think about it, she's very lucky. She, even though technically the skill on surface doesn't seem to make sense for a given situation, she's very lucky that it actually resolved the situation. You know, like how she beats the soldiers using her pizza sign spinning a skill, right? Hitting the
Yeah,
right skill,
yeah.
and then being able to fight in tear gas as a blind singer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was thinking to myself that okay, I mean yes, in the so this version of Evelyn is, yeah, she is like legitimately fighting against all these people, with all these abilities that yeah, but like with other of her versions, she just pretty much like absorb and like utilize, right? But then I was thinking that what happens with the singer, that she also gets to fight, gets to move like her in her reality, I don't know. They
Okay,
they they
I
don't
think what
really
happens, right?
show it very clear. I
I
don't know.
think for that one, it has been shown. So basically, like Alpha Wayman, when he connected with our Wayman, right?
Mm.
Our Wayman wouldn't remember anything. It's just basically
Yeah.
like a blank memory for him. But
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
what happened, right, is that when you connect to your other you, right, in other first,
Hmm.
it seems that you can still control your original body and that person in that other first.
Yeah, yeah. So it kind of becomes like everything is on synced, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, which is
yeah,
shown
yeah.
beautifully when she's being audited. Remember? Where basically she's
E-
both sitting with Data, the auditor, and
yeah.
talking to Alpha Wayman in the janitor closet.
Ah,
Yeah,
ah.
because she has full control over her both selves.
Mm. Man, I wouldn't expect to be kind of intimidated by Jamie Lee Curtis. Just a kind of an accomplishment as well, because yeah, because she's obviously a living legend at this point. That's it. Pretty much all these people here are, like the main cast at least, they're already considered living legends. But Jamie Lee Curtis, she used to play, Laurie Strode in the Halloween movies. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that. I
Not
love,
really.
I love, I love the first Halloween. It's really good. Um, Obviously she plays that, the last girl who's a virgin, and she has to kind of fight Michael Myers. But in this movie, she kind of is Michael Myers.
A very sympathetic Michael Myers, mind you.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like that's the thing, right? It's like all the different character here, right? They're not just like one-off villain. Actually, they're all of them play a really important part here. I really like it. It's not
Yeah.
like every single character has been treated very well. But even our Deirdre, right? The tax auditor, when
Yes.
we think of her as being evil, when I watch it, not really. It's just honestly, it seems that Evelyn kind of being a jerk a few times, and Deirdre just doing her job, but and even giving them extension, even though not that long, but still she still give extension after all. So yeah, so still it's like still sympathetic. Although I do get the Karen joke here and there.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I almost forgot about that.
Remember when she got her nose punched? I mean, like, yeah, I kind of feel bad for her, but like the way she react.
Wait, how did she react again?
So basically, do you know who I am?
She immediately calls the security to fight, to basically arrest them. But then what happens is Alpha Wayman like controls Wayman's body.
Like,
And then they'll fight. Like, okay.
if it's like a real life situation or any other movie, then it will be treated seriously. But her delivery just makes it so good. Everyone's acting here is very good. Everyone's performing.
I'm actually not too sure, right? Because I know Michelle Yeoh does her own stunts. Maybe not all of them, but I think the majority she does. Go Hui Chen, I think he actually did most of the stunts. You know why?
Yeah, he's a stunt coordinator.
So he is a stunt coordinator. I actually found out that he is a stunt coordinator for X-Men, the first X-Men in 2000. I'm serious.
Oh!
Yeah. He's actually involved with that. So like I also remember that. Yeah, the X-Men 2000 has problems with story, but I can tell you the action sequences are fucking great. There's actually a lot of influences with like Hong Kong, like kung fu. So, and then I found out that he is actually involved with that. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So,
speaking of Hong Kong and this movie, right? I do feel like this movie has a lot of homage to like good old Hong Kong this movie. Like not only all the Jackie Chan action scene, but probably because I watched too many Corridor Crew video, right? Stuntman React. I noticed that they actually used the impact powder a lot on like all their people, the security people, the soldier, whatever, right? Just to sell the hit, and then they have the my back, that kind of pose after they get thrown down. It's like the back pain pose. It's just it's like a love letter really to Asian filmmaking.
Even the so when Evelyn jumps to a universe where she is a celebrity,
she's practically Michelle Yeoh.
No. It is Michelle Yeoh, because like if you see like a bunch of like those quick cuts of footage, she that's legit Michelle Yeoh. Yeah. She's like, oh, okay. But my point is that so there's a so in that universe when Evelyn is talking with the other version of what's the name again? Wayland, Wayman. Actually, if you're familiar with like Wong Kar-wai's films, I think I talk about this. I think I did mention to you one film that I just recently watched, which is Chungking Express. They're actually very like these people are known for using slow shutter speed. So when you're actually seeing the characters like
the slow shutter speed,
yeah. So there's like this wide shot of the characters just talking to each other, and then you see like in the background
all the people pass.
Passing by. Yeah, that is a homage to Wong Kar-wai. Yeah. So and it turns out he actually is also Chen also used to also work with Wong Kar-wai as well, like in the past the movie 2046. So yeah, there's actually a lot of subtleties, a lot of like references, very very specific references that I don't think a lot of people will actually get unless you're one is you like Asian films. Second, if you're actually Asian. And then
A lot of the Asian jokes really land as well. Like,
oh
oh, I'm
yeah, yeah.
sorry, it's a girl. Like, a lot of people laugh. Like, just, no, 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 no. Okay, to be honest with
Yes.
you, okay, I'm not trying to be racist and all, but in that
No, no, no.
theater, right?
That's
I feel
completely
like
fine.
the white people are not laughing, but the Asians laugh.
Yeah, so like yeah, even like in the theater, like I think if I keep laughing, then people will look at me like oh my, I feel bad for you or something. So I just try not to. Um, the Asian jokes that I'm supposed to laugh, I try not to laugh, even though it's very funny. Unless it was super funny, then okay, I'll laugh at it, but I try not to laugh too much because I don't want people to look at me as like oh oh yeah, hey you Chinese boy, because I'm legit the only Chinese person in my theater. So. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
what an experience. But yeah, actually, most of the people there, when it's actually, so I went to a screening which I think only has about 15 seats. It's not really big, so there's only a handful of people who actually showed up, and yeah, um, I'm trying to kind of stay as resilient as I can, even though sometimes I just can't help it. Especially like I like when she delivers her lines as with her Malaysian accent, like yeah you stop doing this, I'm too busy to do shit with you. And then, yeah, it's like oh
Yes.
wow, like, that's so that's such an Asian mom to say. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the way
Oh,
she delivers it is super accurate to how people, especially in our communities, like talk, like the aunties and even our own moms at some point. I mean, yeah, because
because she
I
is
also I
probably
myself
an
used
auntie
to.
too in real life.
Yeah, I mean, I used to also live in Malaysia too, right, for some time, and yeah, some people actually do talk like that. So it's like wow,
Ayo, ah.
you, yeah, so
But
dumb.
seriously though, like Michelle Yeoh's performance, like I mean, I already said that everyone did very well, but wow, like she delivers comedy really well, action very well, dramatic moment like super good, and get like deliver that emotional climax in the third act, so good.
I'm quite surprised too because okay, so the unknown actress, Stephanie Su, right?
Mhm.
I also found out that she also was in Shang-Chi for some reason. I don't know what role, but I guess she's there. But here, wow, fuck, she's literally almost like Jim Carrey from The Mask. They, like even the Daniels also refer to her as like yeah, when we're auditioning, and then when she showed up, she basically becomes like Jim Carrey from The Mask. It's like yeah, you're pretty much right because she's able to switch between different emotions really rapidly,
Yeah,
and also
exactly.
very 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 convincingly. Yeah, so
Like,
that's the one that I'm quite like okay, wow, this kid has chops, man, we cow. But the
yeah,
one that
like in second act, remember?
mm, mm.
In second act when basically Evelyn awakened her multiverse traveling power, right? And then
Yeah,
she landed in like her laundromat owner self, like basically like
yeah,
where she come home earlier, and
yeah.
then she started talking with Joy and
Mm.
like yeah, enough of your bullshit. I know your game, and like what are you talking about? And like Joy suddenly just shift like what the fuck? Oh, give me the chill.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, 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 yes,
so well
yes,
done.
yes.
Although
But
seriously, her dress is like what the fuck?
I mean, to be fair, okay, I'm surprised and also not too surprised either because she's technically an American actress herself, so I think she's already exposed to like more of these, uh, crazy, yeah. But the why I'm a bit shocked is that Michelle Yeoh can actually, yeah, like you said, she's able to deliver this movie, pretty well. Like, well, not completely on her own, but she can prove that she can be a really good leading role. Uh, because
Yeah, I like how when
I
she acts as
used
the
to.
Rock.
No. Before we get there, I want to like talk about this. So, because I used to see her. So she was in a James Bond film, like whatever. She just plays like a
Wait,
pretty
what?
simple role. Yeah, yeah. She was in James Bond. I think that was with like Pierce Brosnan, like back in the 90s or 2000s.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's her. Then she also usually plays like that's like the more stoic, more very like reserved uh like kung fu fighter or like some sort of like lady who um lives in the mountains and stuff, just practicing like all these Chinese martial arts and stuff. So I'm starting to have like this thing in my head that, oh, okay, so I think she only can usually play those kind of roles because that's the one that I usually see, right? And just like the ones that most people actually recognize her as being doing, as a action hero or the damsel in
Just
distress. Like that's like that's it. And then when I saw this movie, like, oh, okay, shit,
wait, actually, I take it
she
back.
can, yeah,
In Star Trek
right.
Discovery, she also knows kung fu.
Let's not talk about STDs for today. It's a horrible disease that has to be contained.
All
So
right, go on.
yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
go
I
on with
mean,
it.
but yeah, obviously, I'm pretty sure she has to pay her own bills, So I don't blame her for being there. But wow, holy cow, she kind of proved me wrong, like like a little bit, you know. It makes me
Hey,
think that,
she,
okay, I
yeah,
shouldn't judge people from like the only roles that they already work with, because you never know. So like, yeah, Michelle Yeoh, like, I thought she only can play this kind of role and that's it, but she proves me wrong. Stephanie Su is able to, like, wow, kind of becomes like Jim Carrey pretty much, and then this guy is this guy that nobody even heard about, actually. uh Ke Hui
okay, one.
Qian. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Ke
the,
Hui. Wait, how do
sorry,
you
I
how do
don't know
you
how to pronounce
pronounce
her
her
name.
how do you pronounce her name? Because he's actually
I have to ask
Vietnamese.
my partner. Yeah, like my partner, right? She's Vietnamese, by the way.
Yeah,
When
yeah, yeah.
he saw the credit, like, wait, what? That's a Vietnamese name, and like
Yeah,
we
he
look
is
it up.
Vietnamese. Yeah.
Ke Hui. Yeah, I think Ke Hui. Ke Hui.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
some reason, so he's a Vietnamese, but he
Mhm.
moved to the States to get to basically become an actor, but he kind of that didn't work out. So I think he went to Hong Kong for a while and be a part of the like the crew. That's why he's able to yeah. So the thing is that I thought initially he's actually, like a Hong Kong, like, like unknown star or somebody from like China or something, but he's actually Vietnamese. Like, oh, okay. uh but it actually makes it even more impressive. So like, yeah, this guy who's not technically, I mean, I'm pretty sure he has some Chinese like blood inside him, but he's not actually from China or Hong Kong, but he's able to speak Mandarin pretty well. Heck, even can
I
speak Cantonese
mean,
too. Like, holy cow.
if you think
Yeah.
about it, Michelle Yeoh is not Chinese too. She's Malaysian. She probably has Chinese blood, sure, but
Um,
culturally she's Malaysian.
no, I mean, no, because like in Malaysia, people, like, especially like the Chinese community, mostly they can speak Cantonese quite
Mm.
like, all right. So yeah, I don't know. I sound like as if I have some sort of like fetish for like these people, but jeez, I'm s- okay. I might sound really kind of um pathetic to say this, but
Mhm.
it's good to see an actually good film with with a main cast that consisting of Asians, but they're also at the same time they're very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they really carry
Mm.
their own weight. For
Bec-
Wayman, for example, like he managed to play as at the that's the thing, right? Pathetic, like seemingly pathetic, our Wayman, right? Um, and badass Alpha first Wayman, no shit, and like just basically like manipulate things to what he wants. But that's the thing though. Like that's the thing I said, seemingly pathetic Wayman, and then apparently in the third act, it's revealed that he has a lot of more depth to him. Right? Is that
yeah, yeah.
on surface he is pathetic, but that's just his way of fighting against this cruel universe. It's just
Mm.
be kind and have fun.
Oh,
And,
be
like that.
kind. Give kindness to everybody.
But like to be honest, here's the thing, right? Did you ever expect that the movie enter into existential philosophy?
I kind of, well, not exactly like that. Not exactly uh
Yeah.
I don't know martial arts, but yeah, you get what I mean. Then
Yeah.
she just wants a hug. She has this huggy body language. It's like, oh, okay.
But I
Okay.
mean, it's wholesome, and it actually makes sense within
Yes,
the
it
theme of
is.
the movie by that point.
It is. I don't know
Yeah,
how they make it work, but yeah.
like they just make everything work. Like I said before, right? Oh well,
Mm,
actually, outside of this recording, the moment where we're introduced to the rock world, right, and see Stephanie Su and Michelle Yeoh as a rock,
yeah.
and they kill the performance there, by the way. Yeah,
Oh yes, 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 yes. The
but
performance
anyway,
really, really, really hits a rock bottom.
no, it didn't really hit the rock bottom. It's so hard, like rock hard.
Oh yes,
But
yes, yes.
and but anyway, like in most other movies, right? It's probably treated like as a weird how to put this, like comedic timing. For example, like when they turn into Pinata, that's one. But then
Oh yeah,
up to
yeah.
that point, the build up has been like it's all depressing and downhill.
Mm.
Like pondering about our own very existence on this a blue rock floating in middle of nothingness. Um, yeah, but that's the thing, though. It's just like it's all serious. It's just that you just get carried with the emotion there. Although you laugh, I think, right after you realize what the hell
Um,
happened.
what
Just
is
all
what
about
is what kind of fuss can you even bring up? Honestly, I really don't know what to even brought up. Maybe I don't know. I think the only and maybe this is the only nitpick, and even I'm saying myself like this is a nitpick, so I don't think it even matter like in the grand scheme of things. Uh, I do kind of wish some of the action, uh, like the way they play with the camera angles and stuff, and also the way they like cut from one scene to the next when they're fighting. Um, there are a few sequences that I think it's a bit too Hollywoody, if that makes sense. It's like it's too fast,
you mean
and
when
I'm
he
not too
pull out the
sure
butt.
what's.
It's so simple.
Uh, okay, so okay, I think the ones that okay, so there's the security raid, and then there's another one where like the security gets possessed, and then and it's just like yeah, having like this like it's not even a butt plug. It's legitimately
It's a trophy, but still, it looks like a butt plug.
tradition. Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously they purposely like make it like that. And then there's also like another one where yeah, in the room where they got tear gassed. But I think the other ones that I didn't mention, I think the fight could be filmed a little bit better. I don't know.
Like,
Doesn't really scream like as chaos as those other ones, which is actually very impressive.
oh, what do you think
But that's, but
about?
that's, but that's the only that's like the only flaw I can think of. There's almost now, like I wouldn't even say right to you. This might be like one of the few times I'll say this movie's actually almost perfect. Like actually almost perfect.
Oh, you fucker!
I'm serious. I'm serious. I would go as far to say that. I fucking love this movie. Wow.
But anyway, yeah. But what about the fight when Evelyn fight Jobu at the very end, like fight Joy, right? Where basically like it transitioned from one verse to another in real quick succession. And here's the thing, right? I really love the editing. Like actually, I love the editing from start to finish, and it's just like take it to a whole another level that actually really sells about them fighting across many universes.
Here's when I'm gonna play a bit of devil's advocate.
Hmm.
Um, so in case you didn't know, uh, I also have just finished the What If series from Marvel.
Yeah.
There's actually one sequence where Infinity Stone Ultron fights against the Watcher, and then they actually fight through like different universes. Basically like yeah like but the thing is like I like what they like the way they display like the barrier between universes is like a bunch of like glass. So when the Watcher gets punched in the face and then just gets smashed into this universe, like the glass just shatters and things like that. Actually, that's really I'd say that's a little bit more creative. I would say because they kind of like they kind of have that kind they kind of have that um like uh yeah, like the pullback choreography, like yeah, the pullback sequence, especially like the first time when she was transported into the gender's closet. I kind of wish they would play a little bit more with that like craziness. I don't know, like I think like everything like every time you throw a punch and then just like transitions to like a different one, like a different universe, and then the next punch goes to a different universe. I think that's a little bit like I don't know. You could probably do something a bit more interesting than that.
But it is cinematically pleasing, though. For
It
example,
it,
like
it is
even
it is
in one
it is.
shot, yeah, even in one shot, just basically showing Evelyn's feet getting pushed back, right? It's like
Oh
literally
yeah.
shot to like 10 different universes, just basically
Mm-hmm.
showing her feet moving, which is very cool. And
True,
also
true, true.
even the more subtle one, right? Remember when we first see Jobu multiverse jumping to find Evelyn, right?
Yeah.
After she killed that Evelyn in the janitor closet, is that she's basically like she's listening for radio sound or something, basically like her way of tracking things across the multiverse. But
Mm.
then she just like tilt her head, and then like you see her jumping through different universes until
Mm.
she gets to her destination. Like I really like that. Like even I understand it looks too simplistic compared to what MCU has to offer, but still, like no, I have to say like this is better than Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange is just like with Doctor Strange, right? In Multiverse of Madness, when they start the jump for the first time,
Mm.
I have to say it's a nice homage to Hitchhiker's Galaxy, but then that's it. They only do it once, and even then, it's more for fan service purpose and like not. I mean, it's a cool visual. Okay, so but still, they didn't really utilize on that. Only did once as a gimmick. That's it.
Mm, mm,
Well,
mm,
here
mm.
it's actually fully embraced and it's more fully realized. Don't you think? The fact that they're fighting across different universes and also traveling here and there.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like more integral to the movie, and I feel like it will be completely different if you don't add these small elements.
Like I said, it's a
Yeah,
nitpick. I don't think
I
it
understand.
matters in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah,
Because usually we do the reviews with like, oh, let's just point out the flaws. And I was thinking, flaws? Like, what are you talking about? This movie's perfect. What are you talking about? Nah, no, that's not perfect. It's perfect. Um, yeah.
but
What's the to talk about? There's it's quite a lot.
yeah, a
Um,
lot really, and
what?
like we haven't really fully dived into the
Bagel,
plots of
the freaking bagel, the bagel
the
black
bagel,
hole.
the everything bagel.
Yeah, the everything bagel.
Oh, by the way, apparently the everything bagel is a real thing.
What?
Yeah, it is a real thing. So
What the
basically,
fuck?
well, actually, she said it sarcastically, but the actual recipe to the everything bagel is like Joey actually mentioned it when she
Wait,
explained to us.
is it actual recipe for the actual
It's an
food?
actual, yeah, it's an actual food.
Oh.
So basically, like Joey said, it's poppy seeds, sesame, a little bit of oil, nuts, grain, wheat, or something. Like I have a feeling, right? The
Oh,
Daniels.
hi. Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Like I have a feeling, right? The Daniels, when they wrote the everything bagel in, they probably actually look up an actual recipe and write the recipe, like the ingredient down as part of the dialogue.
God, it's so random. Okay, first thing
It is
is
random.
why is it a bagel as a black hole? And then the second, why would you want to describe what an actual everything bagel is?
Yeah,
Uh,
like Like the thing is, Joy said in a menacing way that I have no idea what she's talking about. I thought she's being sarcastic, which technically she was being sarcastic by that point. But then you didn't realize how, like you just didn't realize it how silly it actually really is.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah, like I think if it's a mass that has a strong gravitational force, I think it should be a sphere. But then creative liberty. I really like with how they approach it.
No, no,
Um,
no. This isn't supposed to make complete sense. I mean, come on. You have the Alpha verse where everybody has like a bunch of LED lights like on their goggles and stuff. It's like, oh yeah.
yeah.
So and it also got me thinking to it got me thinking that how cheap is this film? Because if okay, yeah, so yeah, in the Alpha
It's
verse, if they
25
actually,
million.
how much is it?
25 millions. So cheap, right? In Hollywood.
That's actually not a lot of money. And the reason, okay,
Exactly.
so 35 million. So you can try to think, okay, they probably spent a lot of money on the legendary actors because
Mhm.
obviously you need to spend that much money. But um, actually, I will talk about a bit. Today we're gonna talk about a bit of like the VFX and all these things like in the trivia section. But I actually want to bring up something first, which is actually kind of a more touchy subject, which
Go
is
on.
yeah, the doctor. She I keep forgetting her name.
Joy.
Joy, yeah, Joy. Miss Joy Wang. Um, so yeah, so in the film, she actually has a relationship with a white girl, and um, I think so I think in the Afroverse, right? Um, the reason why she wants to wait, like I think she did mention that she wants to get sucked into the bagel, right? I think it's kind of
She wants to die.
symbolizing she wants to die because she just wants to just end this all this internal pain, like that kind of thing. And it's actually very metaphorical, I would say, and also really really smart too. Like it's also a really good way to symbolically tell your audience that she's gay, but she's in the Asian community where this kind of thing is not usually you know uh cheered on, or people don't just support you for doing this, obviously. So
Lore, okay, lore-wise, I don't
mm,
think she's her first self is gay because she did say
yeah,
that, right? Like,
yeah.
wait, so you're hating me just because myself in this universe is gay? Yeah, like that's what she said. But I think storytelling-wise, I think as you said, it's a good allegory
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, I think because like I think they're using the Alpha verse just to basically
to kickstart the movie, right?
it's the Kickstarter movie, but more on that is it's technically a tool to basically one to entertain the audience. Second is to uh show the audience that this family is kind of dysfunctional, but they're trying their best to find some sort of solutions, or like some sort of
Not the
middle
Alpha
ground,
Evelyn,
just like this guy. Sorry.
not the Alpha Evelyn, because she experimented on Alpha Joy.
Ah, yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think that one, right. I think that one kind of means that I think the alpha version, she actually um isn't you say this. So I think the alpha version, she actually is not okay that what's her name again? Joy Bukake or something?
Joy Owen. Oh, Jobu Tupaki.
I don't know why I
Seriously,
said
how the hell did they get the name?
I don't know why I say
How
Bukake,
did they
but
came? Yeah,
yeah.
how? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty much just the alpha Evelyn not actually accepting, like you know fuck it, I just guess call it Joe Bukake because like fuck it, right? Yeah,
But
something Jojo Bukake the way she is. That's why she kind of it's kind of like it reminds me of like those programs that's like lobotomizing people, because they're quote
mm,
unquote like different, that kind of thing.
I
You
see.
you you get what I mean, right?
Yeah, I get what you
Yeah,
mean.
yeah. It's kind of like that. So yeah, they're actually somehow able to make able to write a pretty sympathetic villain to an extent. Like,
Because yeah,
wow.
like I mean, she killed people, but first thing and foremost, what she wants is to actually truly die. No, and on top of that, right, is that she's lonely. She doesn't want to die alone. That's why she tried to convince Evelyn to become like her, to truly understand her pain.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
like holy crap, that's very deep, right? Just making
Yep.
like a suicide pact with someone else.
Yep. And this is the same movie where they visit a universe where everybody has hot dog hands, and they like to
Uh,
suck
oh
suck
man,
on each other's hot dog hands.
I love the scene where it's
Uh,
just like a
until
homage
until
to
the master.
2001.
Sorry, what?
I love the homage scene to 2001. The like
Oh, oh yeah.
the
Oh,
prehistoric human.
I remember. Okay, so when that happened, I remember like everybody in the theater literally laughed like their asses off. I think that's the loudest that everybody has laughed in the whole film for some reasons, which I completely understand too, because
It's like
yeah.
it's just like showing the hot dog monkey beating up the normal handed monkey. It's like and then like you see the hand just like the normal hand just like lipping
Yeah,
dead
yeah, 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 yeah.
with the music to boot.
I like that one scene where Jamie Lee Curtis's character, she because yeah, in the universe, she basically is she's in a relationship with Evelyn, right? um yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then at some point she I think they have like an argument, then she like has to kind of leave, and then you can see like her limping because like one of her
Oh,
legs
she has to
is
grab
trying to
something, right?
is
Or
trying
like
to, is trying yeah is trying to grab onto the luggage, and then she just like limping with like one foot like behind behind like out of focus. Remember that one? Like
yeah.
the acting is like really funny. Like, what?
I mean, like, but still, it's supposed to be a sad scene. So, but in the cinema, right, when that happens, is that
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people sneak in a giggle or two, but still, it's just that how do you do that? Like, how do you make a sad scene filled with like ridiculous thing happening?
Mm,
Wow, seriously. But yeah, and that's the thing though, right? If I have to add more on the allegory, it takes, I suppose, basically, tolerance requires empathy. It takes Evelyn being in a relationship with another woman for her to truly accept Joy's decision. Yeah. So and that
yeah.
and like what Women says, right? It's basically like being kind in this unforgiving universe, like this
Mm,
cruel, nonsensical universe.
mm,
Mm.
mm,
Which
mm.
is like personally, right? I have to say, even though you say that this might be inspired by Rick and Morty, which it is, like this movie,
But maybe not that specific message,
yeah,
but
no,
yeah.
not specific, but like no. If you think about it, right, the Morty's character is practically antithesis to Rick, and nihilism. Basically, Morty think that life is precious, and then we have to cherish it. Well, actually, Morty didn't word it like that, but basically, like he just doesn't care about the
Mm,
meaninglessness of universe. He just like do what he wants.
yeah.
But I suppose it's not delivered very well compared to this movie.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, like I have to say, like when it comes to philosophical discussion, comedy. Well, actually, not really the comedy side of things. It's actually this movie is much better. Although in terms of like nihilistic comedy, like yeah, nothing matters. Rick shoot someone. I suppose Rick and Morty is better in that case because this movie doesn't actually come to think about it, right? It doesn't actually do much comedy when it comes to her depression, which is like it is a real problem, right? Like yeah, it doesn't mess around with Joy's depression.
Mm, 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 mm,
Yeah.
mm.
So yeah, I like that. Like that the way this movie approach depression and suicidal thoughts.
It's a really sensitive subject because if you the way well, I'm not saying all of them, but usually from what I've seen, the ones that trying to touch those topics and they ended up just stumbling on them because they don't actually understand the the inner core, like the insights of the problem, like empathize with, because like even me, with like my day job, like profession, we actually are trained to empathize with like our customers, to be able to understand that, okay, this is like what you want, right? So um yeah, so actually it's pretty rare to really see that. Yeah, I'm surprised this movie is able to do it with all these like like mumbo jumbos, like not like nonsense, but then they're able to deliver like to nail sensitive topics like suicide and LGBT and all these like things that's very prevalent, especially in specifically in Asian communities, right? Um, I'd say this. I actually did. I think after the film, did. I did cry. I actually did.
Yeah,
I did fucking cry.
me too.
Which is very rare for a film to do that. Like, wow, this is like finally a movie that's worth going to. Ah, and then guess what? The next day I got sick. Yeah,
But I mean, like,
everything comes into
yeah.
play.
But I mean, like, if you get sick now, and yesterday you didn't get to watch this, you probably will feel much worse. But I suppose because of this movie, right, you just feel better because
I think let's say if I watch it today. No, let's say if I watch it today, I think I'll feel even better because no, I'm being serious. So yeah. All right. You know what? Okay. I think this is the time for us to start talking about the trivia section. Actually, there are a couple of things I do want to discuss. So, I think we already talked about the what's the Vietnamese guy's name again?
Kehui.
Hui.
Yeah.
He was in Indiana Jones for a while. He was also in The Goonies as one of the kids. I don't know exactly what, but I guess he's there.
Oh
uh,
man, I should tell
yeah, yeah.
my friend about this because he's into the
Ah.
Goonies as a kid.
Yeah, yeah. So there's that. Then yeah, he wasn't able to be in front of camera for a while because circumstances. He even have to admit on one of the interviews that actually Hollywood is not looking for Asian American like teenagers specifically for roles, because usually those roles will be filled with white actors in America, which is it's kind of sad. Um, but that was I think that was during like the 2000s where people are not as uh you know tr- towards like the Asian community in America. They're not as as accepting as now, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
So it's good that he's able to shine, like in this case, even though it's I
In
don't
his
know, like
golden year to put.
I don't know how freaking like how many decades it took for him to get to this point, because I'm pretty sure he's at least around 50 years old now, like as old as
Oh,
Michelle Yeoh. Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh is 59, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. She's 60.
Holy crap!
Yeah. So you
And she's
have
so active.
we have Willem Dafoe, 60 years old, doing his own stunts in No Way Home, and we
I
have
can't believe that shit.
this woman also doing her stunts too. And then me looking at myself, 23, barely could lift like objects off the ground. Ah, what a time to be alive. Anyway, do you know that the VFX of this is only done by 9 people,
Go on,
and
yeah.
they don't even, including the directors themselves, and they don't even go to film school or any kind of um like VFX like courses. They do, however,
Really?
go like to YouTube and like all these free online sources, which actually
Are we
does
getting sponsored?
no, we're not getting
Uh,
sponsored, but
I was feeling like you're going to segue to something, but go on.
actually it does actually got me to think that, so technically, like, wow, you're basically telling me that you don't actually, okay, so there is actually still a chance for people for a bunch of like pretty much like nobodies, right? And then with very little like budget to make a film, and then able to um yeah, to release it to like so many theaters around the world, because yeah, first thing is the budget's small. Second is these guys only work with nine other people, including themselves, just for the VFX. So I'm assuming I think they're mostly using Adobe like products like After Effects, Premiere Pro, and all this stuff. They actually did have there's actually a YouTube channel of Adobe that has them talking over like how they actually edit like the specific scene, like especially like during the the part where um like the family visits Jamie Lee Curtis's like character for um settling like, all these like audits and stuff. Yeah, it's actually pretty inspiring, honestly. So yeah, even so, basically, it just basically means that if you have no experience, all you need to do is just learn and just have like your passion to learn, and make sure you obviously also need to know a bunch of people to in Hollywood. Then you can you can maybe make the next sequel of this, even though I don't recommend you do it. Don't make a sequel for everything, everywhere, at all at once, please.
But one thing for sure, right, is just that like, okay, please don't make a sequel, but then
Yeah,
I think
please
it
don't make a
requires a
sequel.
massive talent and dedication just to make something of this quality.
Because to be
So
fair,
here's all.
they already did have experience before with other films like Swiss Army Man, where it's a story of a lonely guy. Actually, it's the same actor who played the Riddler, by the way. He basically found Daniel Radcliffe's just like body, and then just like befriend him, and just trying to, yeah, like not making him make himself going insane, even though he technically is already insane by that point. Just kind of ridiculous, but yeah. Uh, I don't know what else to jerk off with these guys. I really don't know. I mean, I don't care if you want to call me gay or anything, but
The movie's
damn,
awesome.
movie's
Okay.
fucking good. Oh yeah, also another
Yeah,
thing
there's
is
supposed to be Jackie Chan, right?
yeah, true. It was originally wrote for Jackie Chan, for the lead role, but then they I'm not sure if it's Michelle Yeoh approached them first, or they approached Michelle Yeoh first,
I think they
that they
approached
have
both,
to,
and then Michelle said yes, but Jackie said
yeah, so they have to rewrite the role a little bit to obviously, because Michelle Yeoh is a woman, so they have to make a wife, and trying to, okay, how do you make a housewife into some sort of a superhero, like something like that? It's just actually a very, it's actually, think about it. How many housewives superheroes that you can even name of? Maybe besides Sue Storm.
say Sue
No,
Storm too.
no. Yeah, yeah.
Because yeah, like you're right.
Be
Because I feel
sad.
like most other female superhero character, right? For some reason, they
Elastic Girl.
always have.
Elastic
Yeah.
Girl.
Wait,
That's
I
it.
don't know Elastigirl. Oh yeah, you mean from the
Incredibles.
Incredibles? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's it.
Yeah, that's
Not a lot.
like, for example, right? Jean Grey. I think her children, they're like through plots, I guess. They age up really quickly, so she doesn't need to bother with motherhood. I mean, she still act as their mother, but for the most part, their kids already like battle hardened veteran in just like few hours by the time from the moment
Oh.
they're born.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
like okay. To be honest, I condense a lot of the plot element, but that's practically it. And we have yet to see a motherly character in MCU. Have we? Or is there already one? A prequel?
Um. Mother MCU. I don't think so. No. Unless you're talking about the Mother Box from 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 uh
Mother.
from Warner Brothers.
From
There's-
Justice League.
no, no, no! Don't bring that up again. No,
Yeah,
bad
but
potato, bad.
okay. But seriously though, it's just like I don't know what the movie gonna look like with Jackie Chan in it, and I've seen his actual like hard drama movie, like for example this Shinjuku incident, like that's very hardcore Yakuza movie, by the way. Yes,
I
you're right,
also,
Yakuza. Mhm.
yeah, and also I think I'll talk about it before. He was in the Karate Kid remake, and his role as the more
Oh yeah,
grounded, like Mr. What's his name again? Mr. Yangshi?
yeah.
Mr.
Go on.
Sushi? I'm sorry. What's his name? Yamato? No, he's not
I am
Japanese.
looking at now.
Yeah, like the sensei, right? The
Yeah,
sensei.
the sensei. Uh-huh.
So his character, um, he used to have a family, but they got into an accident, actually caused by him. Surprise, to my surprise. Then he have to kind of live with that kind of guilt for a while, and then there's like
Mr.
this
Han, by the
Mr.
way,
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah,
everyone.
yeah, Mr. Han. Yeah, there you go. Um, so actually, like even in that film, I think he can pull off drama like pretty well. Um, yeah, so like
But
yeah, I think I honestly right. I think if like think about it, if Jackie Chan actually took this role, there's a possibility that uh Kehui might not even be in this film either, because obviously they have to cast like another like lady.
no, no. Basically, like Michelle Yeoh's character, right, is supposed to be Wayman, like bumbling and not taking her husband seriously, and then apparently like have a hidden layer. So they
Oh,
just gender flip
oh,
the character writing.
oh,
But
oh.
honestly, right, that's basically like probably ourself in another universe might see that movie with Jackie Chan starring.
No, no, I mean, I kind of wish I. Why,
Um,
why, why, why are you telling me about this? I don't want the thing to actually happen. And like, no, yeah, poor. I mean, yeah, poor Ke. You know, I pity Kehui, because if that happens, then he's not gonna have this kind of
oh
opportunity.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I mean, he did very well here. That's for damn sure.
Really, really
Although
good.
another thing that I want to note, right? I feel like if it when it comes to male and female character, right? I feel like there is something inherently different about okay, I'm going to sound a bit conservative-ish, but then there's something unique between fatherly love and motherly love, and I think this is actually shows it really well. Like her Evelyn's caring nature towards Joy. Like I think if it's
Yeah.
done by a father, right, it will be depicted differently. So um,
Oh.
I think everything still goes out well
Mm,
here.
mm.
It's very well. Oh boy. Okay, by the
Wow.
way, right now I'm looking at the
Mm.
Karate Kid Wikipedia page. It has a budget of 40 million. So this is under budget Karate Kid, but does so much better.
Yeah, under budget, and it's also distributed by A24, which I kind of expect, but I didn't actually expect A24 would be like, oh yeah, oh yeah, you the Daniels, yeah, I used to do Swiss Army Men. Okay, oh wait, what you got here? Oh, it's a film about the multiverse with and then it's about this mom who's basically dealing with taxes. Okay. All right. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna help you distribute the film. Like, don't worry. Like, okay. Because usually 84 they mostly help with those films that's usually more serious. You know, they actually did help with the distribution for Farewell, actually, which is another Asian American film about not really existential crisis, but I think it's more of the identity crisis,
Hmm.
because it's about yeah, this woman lives in America, but she's Chinese, but she has like a sick grandma back in China, and she has to go home and stuff. So she's kind of like facing between like two cultures that she kind of have to either choose one or kind of have to live with both, you know, which is very unique. But I don't actually expect 84 would be like, oh yeah, yeah, this is a weird ass movie. Let's go. Heck, even the Russo brothers like, oh yeah, this is good. This is cool. Yeah, let's do this. I would expect someone like James Gunn. I think that would make more sense. But like oh okay, because Russo brothers are known to make there was that other film with Chris Hemsworth, Extraction, that was in
Yeah.
Netflix. That's a pretty serious film, and I'm like, oh yeah, you guys should go for this. You know, we like it. Like oh okay,
I mean, like I feel like when I was
weird.
watching the extraction, I feel it kind of feel like the raid, but repackaged. But it's not completely the raid clone, mind you, because
It's
it
not
has
as
this.
violent. It's not as violent.
It's not as far. No, I mean there's still a bit of violence here and there, but still though, it does things in its own style because you get to see like this soldier, how a soldier really fight. Because like if you think about it, right, the raid is a police officer storming into a building, and then after a while, it's basically become a martial art movie, which doesn't make sense. Like if you think about it, but here it actually shows like how a soldier really fight. So kudos to that. And I really like the Extraction. It's like I just found it in the middle of the night and watched the whole thing and like, oh, now I can sleep better. So good.
But sleep better after watching an action film about like the soldier murdering a bunch of innocent people.
Well, he's trying to save a kid, so there's that. But yeah, man, like, seriously though, how often are we going to see something like this? I'll call it a masterpiece, even. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
This is now my top 10 films of all time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I have no doubt about that. It's gonna be hard to get this, eventually climbing to the bottom very slowly.
You mean
I've seen I've seen some disturbing films that kind of already makes me really, it evokes a specific emotion from me in a certain way, but I don't think the quality is as good as this, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Sorry if I bring that up.
But then I suppose it's also the idea that they bring, right? It's not just a matter of quality, like how it's being delivered, but the core idea itself is that it's an actual domestic drama that is wrapped around all this crazy multiverse shenanigans where people have to like pluck their butt and also like eat boogers. And then what else?
No, snort a fly. Snort a fly, and then your pinky finger basically becomes like really muscular, and you can like launch a guy to the freaking ceiling. Yeah. Oh man, I really want to try like the kinds of drugs that they're doing. Maybe not taking drugs. I'm starting to feel a little bit more appealing, right? Because you can. I'm pretty sure they probably took some. I'm pretty sure. I don't think you can get this weird if you don't actually, if you're not under some sort of influence from like something.
Seriously though, how the hell do they get the core idea? Where is it coming from? And why? How did they get the idea that all the jumpers must do all this random shit just to connect?
Do you think David Lynch took some drugs? I'm pretty sure he does.
I don't want to make assumptions, but
I mean, even if he doesn't, I'm actually I'm more impressed. To be honest with you.
Oh man.
Even though I kind of wish he tried that. Okay, you know what? Let's just end the podcast now.
Score. We don't nothing much to say really. 10 out of 10. No, I will give it 100 out of 10. If
wow, best movie ever.
That's very high. Yeah.
Better than Citizen Kane.
Rosebud.
Oh, we're gonna figure a lot of like film students like at this point, because when I started, if I share this podcast to a bunch of my film friends, are like, what did you just say? It's better than Citizen Kane. You know how much work and dedication or so Wells have crafted this masterpiece, and then just gonna give you like a 20-minute like video essay about how amazing the camera work is and how amazing the performance are, from start to finish and things like that. Nah. No, wait, this is to me as well as a 10 out of 10 seal of approval. Go fucking see the film, seriously. Everybody should see the film. Even if you're a baby, you go see it. I think you will enjoy something out of it. I don't know what, but yes.
You know what? Even better, right? I feel like anyone who listened to this podcast up until this point, they already watched the movie itself, and then they just want to hear us talking about it. But okay, whatever. But anyway, so if you get up to this point, you better get your friends to watch this. Your friends, family, loved one, your dogs, whoever, right? But then just watch it. Don't watch the trailer. Just go to the cinema, watch it. I mean, that's what I did, right? No expectation at all, and like I'm completely blown away. I was so glad I didn't watch the trailer because
I did watch the trailer too. I did watch the trailer myself, but the
But
thing
it gives you
is,
expectations, right? Like honestly, I have no idea what's up with this movie, and like going in
mm,
blind, and I'm so glad I did that.
surprisingly, so when after I watched the trailer, I was like, okay, this is weird. I like this, but I didn't expect to be that great. You know, I kind of expected, okay, this maybe like a average experimental film about Asian family drama that has a bit of weird elements of multiverse of madness, you know, kind of that kind of thing. And then when I get out, I got treated with like rocks and bagels and you know muscular pinky fingers.
And the raccoon,
Yeah. And that's a
raccoon.
ratatouille reference. That was like so out of nowhere. Like, wait, what the fuck?
What the fuck, indeed? Oh boy.
I can't wait for Disney to just like knock on their door like, hey, we're suing you now because you're taking the idea from us. And a bunch of these other greedy executives are like, hey, you stole our shop, hey, you stole our property, hey, you stole our idea.
By the way, another trivia, right? Randy Newman, basically, he's a musician, but he provided like 9 Pixar movies with his music, right? He actually the voice actor for the raccoon.
No way!
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, wait.
Well, actually, he's the one who write the score for Ratatouille. By the way, I think. Well, actually, is that how it works?
Yeah. It's him. Yeah, it's him. What the? Oh, it's him. Okay. Do you also notice like the raccoon kind of talks, but it's a bit like stiff. So I think they're actually using like practical effects with that. I
Yeah,
think
it's a
like a
puppet, I think.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's a puppet,
I
but
love it.
which is actually even better.
Yeah, even better. Oh boy.
Okay.
Ah,
All right.
anyway,
Let's
that's
okay.
closer.
Anything else?
That's like movie's great. Go watch it. Love it. Perfect. Masterpiece.
Yes, we say yeah. Sorry if we sound like pathetic potatoes, but seriously, this is I would say this is not even a movie. This is an experience. You have to
Oh
see.
yeah, absolutely.
You have to
Better watch
see.
it in a big screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Don't wait
play.
until
If it's the playing in theaters, please go see it. Like
yeah.
fuck, like just screw COVID. Like don't care. I got sick today. You know, it's worth the risk.
Oh boy.
Like I have the energy to talk about this even though I'm sick. You know that's how great the movie is. And you don't even know that I'm sick. You know that's the beauty of you know our love for like everything everywhere all at once. All right, and the podcast. So where can we find us? Where can we people find us, Billy?
You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, practically all the other major podcast platform, and you know we're
Social
also
medias.
up there on social media, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, we're there.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly, most of the,
Even TikTok.
even TikTok.
But even though um we probably don't really understand TikTok that well because we're kind of like old people, but
Eh,
yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not on MySpace yet. We're not that cool, not yet at
I
least.
think I thought MySpace is already dead. Is it still going?
It's a joke.
All right, see you guys next time.
All right, yeah.
I think our next film we're gonna talk about Jojo Rabbit,
Oh yes.
which is also talking a little bit about existential crisis, family drama. You know, a bit of that, a bit of
In the middle of comedy, black comedy.
a bit of a comedy too. So you see, there's a recurring theme here,
Yes.
except this is about Nazis.
You know, I just realized that even though there's a bit of like deeper meaning behind the movies that we're going to watch next, I feel like we need more lighthearted movie to counter what we've been watching the
Correct,
month before.
correct.
All right.
Okay, but okay,
Anyway,
so bye bye. See y'all next time.
bye bye.